Well guys, what's the crack? It's Dee here today and welcome back to my channel. Don't forget, if you like this video, to give this video a big like and subscribe if you haven't already. Anyway, into the build. Today it is a speed build where we were back in Britechester for a university build. So I recently just put up the Foxbury Commons and I sort of just wanted to keep building the university world because, as I said in that video, my off-screen family I was playing them and they were going to university and I needed all these buildings for my gameplay. So I've played in this pub and I really enjoyed it. It is quite good for gameplay. So the idea for this pub is that it blends in with the architecture in the world around it. It is still called Pepper's Pub, but it's nothing like the original Pepper's Pub. I completely bulldozed it and started again. So as you can see, it's two townhouses that are attached together. And my idea was that maybe a student had bought the houses or maybe inherited it from family, and they bulldozed not bulldozed, but they knocked the two walls together and turned it into a pub. So it still has the two doors because I wanted it to have that look, and you could either lock one of the doors if you just wanted one door, or Sims can go in both doors. It doesn't really matter, it doesn't affect the gameplay in any way really. And I think that I did a good job blending it in with the rest of the world. I think it just flows nicely and it definitely looks like it belongs. Of course I did use probably all the packs in this. I didn't limit myself to just Space Game and Discovery University or anything like that. But I am very happy with how it turned out, and as I said, it is definitely gameplay friendly. I haven't come into any issues with it when I was playing in my own game off screen. So there are 3 main stories. There is a basement as well, but it's a very small basement. So I have sort of sectioned it into 3 stories. The first floor is the main pub area. It has the bar and just some seating and the toilets. Then the second floor is like a gaming room. It has a TV with video games set up. It has the table tennis or ping pong or juice pong, whichever your Sims like to play. And then what else do I have in there? I have the foosball table, all that kind of stuff is there. So it's a very nice, relaxing place for your Sims. And then as we go up to the top floor, that is like a lounge area for music. So there's the stage with all the instruments, and there's kind of, what I've done is decorated it with posters. So I wanted it to look as if Sims maybe have put up notices for band members wanted or anything kind of like that. I really like the vibe of that, so that's what we have gone for up there. And I definitely wanted this place to very much look student run. It's quite eclectic on the inside. It maybe looks like it was borrowed furniture, handed down, things like that. It's definitely not like they went out and bought all new stuff for this pub. Even I know in this footage, there I have the light there. I used those mirrors and I just used the 9 key to raise them up, because usually those mirrors sit at the bottom of the wall against the wall. But I thought they were really, really good for the aesthetic in here, that it's just completely thrown together, almost like a community effort. And even in the toilets here, I wanted this sort of corkboard setup that people were just putting ads. Maybe it's ads for roommates, as I said, ads for bandmates, maybe gaming tournaments, things like that. I just wanted it to be so community driven, community oriented. I didn't really, I guess, make the interior look like it was 2 houses, because in my head the idea is that they just completely knocked all the walls on the inside together and redid it from scratch. If I was trying to be a little bit more thoughtful about it, I guess you could say, maybe I would have tried to lay it out that it was 2 separate houses. I mean, I guess it doesn't make sense that there's 1 back door but there's the 2 front doors, but I think the reason the 2 front doors are there, I know that a lot of places are kind of, you have to keep the front of a building very much the same as it was for like historical purposes and things like that, but you're allowed to kind of do whatever you want on the inside and at the back. So there's me trying to rationalize my decisions. As you can see here, this could be submitted as a montage of, "Dear EA, please, can we get some matching wood swatches?" I was going to cut this footage and I was like, no, you know what, I'm going to leave it in, because this just shows how frustrating it is trying to get matching wood swatches. And that was me using items from the same pack, like from the Discover University pack, and I couldn't get the swatches to match. So I don't know, it was frustrating, because I have this kind of reddish wood tone for the bar and the stools, but then the table that actually came with the pack doesn't have matching wood tones for it. So yeah, it was really frustrating. I absolutely love this area that you see me doing here. Well, it's kind of going in between. I kind of build like this sometimes because I'm looking through and then I see something that I'm like, oh, this will look good over here, and I switch it out. But this little nook here I love, and I actually based it off a pub that's in my hometown that we go to all the time. And when you walk in the door to your right, there's like a little kind of, well, like a nook area like that, and it's just nice if with your small group of friends you can just go and sit and you kind of have it to yourself. Yeah, I just think it's a nice little area, and I put the little curtain up just to kind of make it a little bit more personal and private. I think it's definitely a bit smaller. You wouldn't be able to fit as many Sims in there as I probably would have liked, but that was just the booth that I fit in there. But still, it'd probably be nice for a date if you were to take your Sims here, that they could sit in there for their date and be a little bit more private and away from the rest of the crowds, especially with it being a student bar. Maybe not the best place for a date, but maybe it's your only option. I don't know. Yeah, so as you can see, I'm just kind of putting random-ish furniture about the place, and I guess I can kind of rationalize the wood tones not matching because of that idea that it's very eclectic and very community driven, pulled together. Your uncle's or aunt's furniture that they were going to throw out and they lent it to you or gave to you, donated, whatever it is. They were definitely probably diving in dumpsters for some of the stuff in here. And then I just went to town with the fairy lights, because I always think that gives a real student-y vibe to a place. I don't know what it is about fairy lights, they just kind of come across as very student-y. I don't know. And I doubled up on the fairy lights there. I used both the types, the ones that came with the holiday pack, and then I believe those other ones came with Parenthood, I think. Parenthood is a great pack. And this is just me working on the little outside sort of beer garden area. And I knew I wanted this kind of sunken kind of fire pit area, and I was going to put some couches, and it's simple enough, but it has a real cozy feel, especially when you have the time of day set to nighttime with all the fairy lights and the little floor lights that I put in. It's just really, really cozy. And then obviously if the fire's lit, I'd love to be here. We need to get out of lockdown quick so we can go to pubs again. But yeah, look at that. Oh, it's just so cozy. I think the whole build is really cozy. And of course I put a dumpster because maybe they check the dumpster every day for new furniture to add to the pub. I don't know. But yeah, I just wanted a certain vibe in this place, and I definitely think I have captured that. And it has sort of like, I guess, older elements to it as well, because I suppose it is like a historic building, which Britechester kind of gives off that vibe. Other than the Foxbury campus is obviously very modern, but the main like centre bit of Britechester and the Britechester University definitely has historic, older vibes to it. So I think I captured that quite well. And I was just going to town with all these wall decorations and little banners, flags. A lot of the stuff that came with Get Together really fit in well with this. Get Together was just a really good pack for decorating community lots in general, particularly pubs and nightclubs. And Get to Work as well, like using those emergency exit signs, and there's other little things that came with Get to Work that just really help when you're making a community lot. And I know some people would say the Get to Work stuff is very sterile and like very specific to doctors. What else did you get? Police, and what was the other job with that? Private vet? No, that's the police one. I don't know, doctors, police, science, like building labs, yeah. And I guess it is very specific to that, but there's like key items from Get to Work that I use in nearly all of my community lot builds. Like I try to put the exit signs in, if I remember to, and I think the fire extinguisher, the wall fire extinguisher decoration came with Get to Work. Now I could be wrong on that one, but I'm pretty sure it did. And another thing I use from Get to Work all the time is there's like a little wall decoration that's like filing holder thing, and I have used that in my vet clinic because it's like your vet is coming and they take to see what patient is next. I've even used it in my spa buildings because again, it's like the massage therapist is checking to see who their next patient, well, like not really patient, but client is. So yeah, really useful, I think. And there's some other bits. Oh, of course, the like hand sanitizer and the paper towel dispenser. I use that in like every public bathroom that I build. So Get to Work is definitely a good pack just for those little things. Yeah, how could I forget about that? It's like every bathroom I do. Anyway, here we are on the gaming floor, shall we say. So yeah, again, I thought those couches were really good. I thought they looked very much like they were found, maybe someone's yard sale, car boot sale, in a dumpster, who knows. They kind of have that sort of staining on them that they look a little bit used, and I just thought it was perfect for the vibes of this place. I actually think, looking at some of the Game Changers footage and even just the trailer for the new pack, the paranormal stuff pack, I think some of the items from that pack would actually fit into this build really, really well. But if you download it, you can obviously add those bits in. And maybe I might redo this up, because this is for my save file, so I could end up sort of redoing it, jazzing it up a little bit. With more packs that come out, obviously there's more things that you'll want to change. So here we are on the top floor, and as I said, this is like a lounge. You will probably notice those kegs that I put in. They look like that because at the time I was doing this, I did have Basemental Drugs mod in my game, and it overrides the kegs to look like more realistic, but it doesn't come up as custom content in the build because it just overrides it in my game, so don't worry. It'll just look like the normal keg when you download this, if you want to download it. But yeah, I just sort of decorated this with a lot of stuff that was music oriented, so all these kind of cool music posters, and I think a lot of them came with the base game, which really adds to the disappointment that we don't have bands in the game, but that's a discussion for another video. I don't have enough time to get into that right now. And again, yeah, like I thought this kind of thing from Parenthood looked like it was advertising for band members. I was trying to fit, I can't remember if I did keep, oh I did, the from Snowy Escape, that kind of looks like, again, like take a number if you're interested kind of thing. And then I was just putting finishing touches of these candles in jars. I love them, and they're from that holiday pack, which, oh, chef's kiss, and they definitely really finish off the build. And because I think, yeah, it's like they've been collecting bottles and jars from wine bottles and things like that, and they've been putting candles in it to reuse them to decorate their pub, because yeah, they're trying to save money. it's students that own it. And then this is just the last little bit where I realized that I forgot to actually furnish the basement. I thought I was done, and then I was like, no. So what I do here is I just put a little toilet, because I realized I did only have one toilet in the build, which is probably not great. And I put the juice fizzing because I thought, oh yeah, like maybe they make their own beer because they're like students and it's a thing. And yeah, so that is pretty much the end of this video. I really hope you like it, guys. Please leave a comment down below, let me know what you think. Of course, give this video a thumbs up if you liked it, and don't forget to subscribe if you haven't already, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye guys.